Your driver's license?
I don't have to give you a driver's license to drive a car. This is not a commercial vehicle.
It began with an anonymous woman who, on January 17th, 2022, was pulled over for driving 54 miles per hour in a 35 miles per hour zone. An officer conducting a routine check on the Pensacola Bay Bridge noticed her speeding and decided to stop the vehicle for inspection, unaware of the unusual individual he was about to meet.
Young lady, Officer Banks, called Breeze Police Department. I'm pulling you over. You're doing 54 and a 35. Any reason for that speed tonight?
Where's the 35?
Before you got off the bridge, and as soon as you came off the bridge. All this is 35.
I was going 40, I thought.
No. You got your license, registration, proof of insurance.
You don't have to have a license to drive a car.
Yes, you do.
You do not?
15-7, 41 with me.
After the officer explained why she was being pulled over, the woman refused to acknowledge her wrongdoing. When asked for her driver's license, she made the shocking claim that she wasn't required to have one to drive a car. A statement straight out of a movie.
Step out the vehicle.
Am I a crime?
Yeah, you are being detained right now. Step out the vehicle, young lady.
I know my rights.
Either you step out the vehicle or I will remove you from the vehicle.
I know my rights.
15-7, sovereign supervisor, sovereign citizen.
Did you hear what I said? You need to get a supervisor out here right now.
No, you need to step out the vehicle right now. Young lady, step out the vehicle. Step out the vehicle. Last time I'm going to ask you. I'm going to ask, and then I'm going to make you move. Step out the vehicle.
You're going to get me a supervisor out here right now.
No, you're going to step out the vehicle right now.
When the officer asked her to step out of the vehicle, she refused and instead demanded to speak with his supervisor, claiming to know her rights. But does she truly understand them?
I know my rights.
What right is that?
I do not have to have a driver's license to drive a car. This is not a commercial vehicle.
Okay.
I know my rights.
Okay.
Very well.
That's what you want to stick with?
Call a supervisor right now.
All right.
Right now.
Or else what?
I know my rights.
If I don't call a supervisor, or else what?
I guess we're not going to go anywhere then.
Okay. So just hold it for me and go and give me the channel.
You need to get a supervisor out here.
Yeah, our channel want to be 1033.
That can educate you on what the law is.
Okay.
This woman's behavior was utterly delusional. She insisted she didn't need a driver's license because her car wasn't a commercial vehicle. The officer, both amused and surprised, was taken aback when she boldly claimed she could teach him the law.
Okay. So you're not going to give me a driver's license?
I'm not going to give you a driver's license. I don't have to give you a driver's license.
Okay.
I'm traveling. I don't have to have a driver's license to drive a vehicle.
Okay. And what state is that?
Any state. It's common law, natural law.
Okay.
Constitutional law.
Okay.
You need to get a supervisor out here.
I do?
Yes.
Okay.
Her claims that it's a natural and constitutional law in all states to drive without a license for non-commercial purposes were utterly absurd. The officer could hardly believe her audacity as she continued demanding his supervisor to avoid providing any information. Eventually, he called for his sergeant, who arrived shortly after and was briefed on the situation. Unfortunately for her, the sergeant was far less patient than the initial officer.
You do need a license to drive a vehicle. And you do have to identify yourself to these officers.
I do not have to have a license to drive a vehicle.
Yes, you do.
I do not.
You're wrong, but okay.
I know common law, natural law.
I don't care about common law. You're in the state of Florida. You're in the state of Florida. You're in the state of Florida.
It doesn't matter in what state
It does matter.
I'm in the U.S.
It does matter. So you better hope the information you gave us comes back as to being you. So at this point in time, I need you to shut the vehicle off and step out of the car.
I'm not getting out of the vehicle.
You're going to get out of the car.
I haven't been suspected of a crime.
You are being illegally stopped on a traffic stop. You are not being cooperative. It is not a Terry stop. Trust me, I know the difference. You were speeding. Turn the vehicle off and get out of the car. Out of the car now. Undo the seatbelt.
Turn the vehicle off.
Turn it off now.
Officer Schaefer, unbuckle her. So that's it.
Put all that down.
Step out, turn around, face away from me. Turn around, face away.
Turn around.
I do not have to have a driver's license to drive a vehicle.
Yes, you do.
No, I do not.
Well, then you can tell that to the judge if you end up going to jail.
I do not have to have a driver's license to drive a vehicle. I have all the laws right there.
I don't care what laws you say you have.
I know that you don't care because you're supposed to be a police
then
officer.
you should know
a peace
that
officer.
you should know that this conversation's over then.
Unfortunately for the woman, her imaginary laws held no weight in Florida, and she was promptly detained. Once seated in the back of the patrol car, she unexpectedly began asking if she could call her mom.
Can I please call my mother?
You cannot.
Why?
Because you don't need to call you. Are you an adult?
Yes.
Then why do you need to call your mother?
To come and get me from jail since I'm being illegally detained.
You will be able to call her once you get there.
Can I at least lock my car?
We will make sure it is secure.
What are you going to do with my car?
Probably tow it.
Why?
Because you are driving without a license.
I don't have to have a license to drive. That is commercial driving.
It is not commercial driving.
Yes, it is.
Her request to call her mother was a clear reflection of the kind of person she was and the sheltered way she had been raised, avoiding responsibility and being shielded from consequences. Realizing there was no escape from the situation, her demeanor and attitude suddenly shifted to that of a cooperative individual.
Just be honest.
Sergeant, please.
You don't have a license.
Okay, I'll never drive again.
Yes, you will. Because you believe you don't have to have a license.
I'll go get a driver's license tomorrow.
Well, wait a minute. Now you're telling me that you'll go get a license.
Because you're telling me that I have no
believe
choice.
You don't. That's correct. You have no choice.
Sergeant Turner,
so
please
this
just
is
let
the
me go home.
This is the road that's being taken, and this is what's going to happen.
As if her behavior wasn't outrageous enough, a background check revealed she had an outstanding warrant for failing to appear in court.
You failed to appear on a court appearance for, what was it, expired license? So your Mississippi driver's license is expired.
And for the registration.
Okay, and the registration. So you had a court date that you missed. Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
You don't, or you choose not to?
No, sir, I would not lie to you. I don't lie. I do not remember that.
Okay, well, you do have a warrant out of Santa Rosa County. So
We're
regardless,
in Santa Rosa County.
You're in Santa Rosa County. Do you not know where you live?
I just moved here. My
When?
mother lives on High Point.
When did you move here?
About 2 months ago, from Pensacola, Mississippi.
Okay. And you don't know what county you live in now after 2 months?
No, I don't. That's not something I use often. What county I live in.
Okay.
Her story, riddled with inconsistencies, took an even darker turn when the officer searching her car discovered ammunition, but no firearm.
Where's the gun in the car?
The gun? There's no gun in that car.
There seems to be ammo.
The gun's in a pawn shop.
When did you pawn it?
Like 2 months ago.
So why are you still just carrying around ammo?
I didn't know that ammo was in there. What's wrong with carrying around ammo? What can I do without a gun?
Nothing. All right, is wrong with it. But if there's ammo, normally there's a gun. And since the vehicle's being towed, we want to keep the gun in safekeeping.
In a development that was hardly surprising at this point, officers discovered a plastic bag containing white powder in her vehicle, which was later confirmed to be cocaine.
Excuse me. Give me your full name. Give me your full name. Look at me, give me your full name. Give me your full name. Drugs inside the vehicle, you are under arrest now for possession of felony narcotics.
The woman was finally arrested for possession of cocaine, adding to her charges of DUI for being under the influence of alcohol or drugs and operating a motor vehicle without a valid license. Her face said it all, shock and regret as the reality of her situation set in.